Hello and welcome. My name is Angela Davis and I'm the Forum Quilter, and today I'm unboxing a wedding dress that we got on Facebook Marketplace. Was it Facebook Marketplace?
No, I'm a part of like it's essentially a buy nothing group. It's where people give away free stuff and
Sort of like a
dress.
Yeah. It's something where you go online and people post free things in your community. Sort of like Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, we're going to unbox it. It's in a box like that because obviously it's been preserved. And let's see if I can just do this with it to shake it up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that worked better than I thought. Okay. It's been protected well. Oh, it has been protected well. Very well, actually. I might have to lay this down on the floor. Oh, we got the veil too. Okay, so we have the veil. There we go. I'm a bride again. And here's the sleeveless dress. Okay, now I'm going to try and lay this on the table. Has a little train. Okay, here we go. I'm really interested in the beading, but look at the embroidery. Ooh, and then down here, the embroidery. So let me go slow. Ooh, okay. Now, I was thinking, and it has some wonderful layers of very stiff tulle plus lining. So we have a nice heavyweight satin, I guess, on the outside. Here it is. And then the back has all, well, actually they're fabric covered buttons, but it's really a zipper. And that's a nice zipper. So I'll be taking apart the zipper as well. So what am I going to do with this wedding dress? I am going to cut it and gonna cut it on a seam, and I'm gonna use it maybe in a quilt, maybe in a, I don't know. Maybe I'll use the lining to line like some handbags. I don't know. But definitely going to do something with it, with everything I get from it. Okay. I'm just cutting up the edge where the buttons are. The buttons are beautiful. They're fabric covered buttons. And then I'm going to try to preserve this zipper. I'm going to try. Okay, there's the zipper. That is a nice zipper. Lotus Orient polyester. I don't know what size. But there's the zipper and all the beautiful fabric covered buttons. Here's the bra inserts. Okay, got those. Okay. Wow. The lining has certain pinpoints where it's attached, but it's not attached all the way down on the seam. Let me see if I can get this lining detached. Okay, so it's attached at the bodice. So, okay, I see. Here we go. The lining is where it attaches at the crinoline. I call it crinoline. So I'm just going to cut. Actually, it is working. Yep. There it is. Okay. There's the crinoline. And there's another lining inside the crinoline. So here's the skirt, the poofy skirt that was all gathered. Woo! I need to sit down. Let's see what else I can salvage here. Now, this is, let me see. Okay, here we go. So part of this lining is still attached to the bodice and the arm. So I'm going to try to take it apart that way. I'm not using a seam ripper because that would take me forever. Okay, here's part of the bodice lining. And then I have, okay, it's attached in the one seam. So, let me see if I can open up that seam. There's reinforcement there. Yep, you can pull the seam right out. Yeah, there's reinforcement on this seam. Why didn't I take a picture of the full-length gown before I started? Because because I was in a hurry and excited. That was dumb. Okay, this is a stiffener. Look how long that is. Keeping that. That's very long. That's a stiffener. This can be used in a handbag, shoulder straps, because that's what I'm thinking about making. Thinking about making a couple of summer purses. I like making summer purses. They're fun. Okay, so this is a stiffener, and it's probably about a good inch and a quarter, I bet. So I'm going to keep that together. Okay, now I'm mad because I didn't get a full-length picture of it before I started. That was dumb of me. Okay, now see, here's the front. And it has a small train. Okay, now the dress. This is a very impromptu video. So I'm just sort of taking it apart, you know. Like I said, if you trim it, if you get a little slit in that seam the right way, you can really just pull on the seam. Okay, this right here is like a gauzy fabric, almost like the lining to curtains. Feels like a nice soft cotton too. Okay, now let me see. This is all, the bottom is all plain. But as you get into here, you start to get toward the waistline, you start to get into the beading. Looks like rhinestones. So here's one side. Here's a shoulder, and it goes down, waist, and then down toward the bottom where the wide end is. And it's beautiful. You can see toward the bottom, there's little bits at the bottom. I can take those rhinestones off, maybe put them on a handbag. I don't know. Okay, here's another panel. Here's the bottom. And there's a little bit of rhinestone. And as you get to the top, where the bodice is and her bosom and the back, there's a lot more. Okay. Okay, so all I have now is this front. Those days are gone for me, being thin, but here's the front. As you get farther down, there's a little bit on the bottom. There's a little bit, and then at the top, of course, it's all filled with rhinestones and I'm hot. I am hot, hot, hot. There we go. Yeah, if you cut it right in the right spot, you can just tear that seam right all the way down. So here's more of that lining fabric. This is really nice. I like this lining fabric. I like that. That'd be nice to do some applique on. Or maybe line the purse that I want to do for summer. That would be nice. Line a purse. What else do I have down here? Hot, hot. Then when I get to here, I just, there, another panel of this lining fabric. Boy, this lining fabric is nice. Now, here's the bosom seam. See right through here? I'm going to cut right into that seam so that I don't disturb any of the beading. I'm just going to cut right into that seam. And then the shoulder, the seam right here, going to cut right into the seam. There's one panel. And it gets wider. It goes along the bottom of this satin. And then I have all that beading that now the beading I will use a seam ripper on, but not this evening. I'm tired this evening. I just wanted to separate it all into chunks, manageable pieces. It's another piece. And here's another piece of the satin. Done. I bet it didn't take that long to sew it. Here's a bit of a shoulder. Those are, yeah, like little rhinestones. And then there's a little bit of embroidery on them, and there we go. See the embroidery? See, once I can leave, what I can do is I don't have to take all the rhinestones off. I can take some of them off. And then like areas like this, I can cut that and applique that to something else, you know, and make that a motif on something else. There's little tiny pearls in there. Those are very tiny pearls. Oh boy. Yes, they are. And there's also little tiny bugle beads. Bugle beads look like they look like tubes. Bugle beads. So yeah. So I think we did well. We got a wedding dress, and hopefully, you know, over the next couple of years, we can repurpose, you know, parts of it, especially that lining. The lining, I can use that to line, you know, little summer purses. That can be used as the background for applique. I think the weave was pretty decent. Yeah, I mean it's like a lining fabric. It's a cotton. I can definitely feel that. But it feels like the lining to a curtain. It has a nice weight to it. I think that would do nicely. And then the stiffener, definitely I can use that when I'm making straps for purses. That's a perfect, nice little width. And that'll come in handy. And I've got 2 of those. One's not as big as the other, but I've got 2 of those. And then I have 2 breast inserts, and then also the zipper. And those buttons. Let's see how many buttons there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 satin covered buttons and a zipper. Very, very nice. Well, thank you for joining me this evening as I ripped apart that dress. I hope you have a good evening. My name's Angela Davis. I'm the 4M quilter. You have a good evening. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and a thumbs up. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. And remember, why sleep when you can sew?